And Barak to Yahweh, Barakatha, Yahushua, Barak to Yahweh, Barakatha, Yahushua Ba'Shem, Rakakwadash. Double honor to the apostles, the elders. Salutations to you, sincere brothers, teaching in truth and in sincerity. This lesson will be entitled Spiritual Carpenters, You. Lord will, you are edified.
Yep.
Why do you think she's all into the so-called white man? Because he's the star right now.
Right. Yeah, like Elder Tar said years ago, a woman is naturally a follower. She's not rebellious. She's
Right.
just rebellious to her man.
That's why women don't make good carpenters, because they don't have vision, man. To be a good carpenter, you have to have vision. You have to actually see the house in your mind and then physically build it.
And that's the point of this lesson. Being a spiritual carpenter, we must see the vision in our minds before the vision is actually manifested on earth, right? And this is a concept of faith. And it's the same thing when we apply this spiritual mindset of us being the elect in all humility. We must see ourselves as the elect prior to us being saved. Now remember, like Apostle Gabar stated, the vision starts in our minds. The blueprint, that spiritual blueprint, with the assistance of the Holy Spirit, starts in our minds. Now remember, we must apply all humility as well, okay? Case in point, 2nd Ezra 2:42. I, Ezra, saw on Mount Zion a great people whom I could not number, and they all praised the Lord with songs. And in the midst of them there was a young man of a high stature, taller than all the rest, and on every one of their heads he set crowns, and was more exalted, which I marveled at greatly. So I asked the angel and said, Sir, what are these? He answered and said unto me, These be they that have put off the mortal clothing and put on the immortal, and have confessed the name of the Most High. Now are they crowned and receive palms. Then said I unto the angel, What young person is it that crowned them and give them palms in their hands? So he answered and said unto me, It is the Son of the Most High, whom they have confessed in the world. Then began I greatly to commend them that stood so stiffly for the name of the Lord. In this vision, Yahushua is giving crowns and palms to the 144,000. The 144,000 is the government body that will assist Yahushua in developing and ruling in the kingdom of heaven. Okay? Now, as prophets, we must see ourselves receiving that crown and those palms in our hands in all humility. Remember, the concept of a spiritual carpenter is to see the vision before it actually manifests on earth. The blueprint starts in our minds, okay? Luke 14:26, and this is Yahushua speaking. If any man come to me and hate not his father and mother and wife and children and brethren and sisters, yea, and his own life also, he cannot be my disciple. And whosoever do not bear his cross and come after me cannot be my disciple. Verse 28. For which of you intending to build a tower, sit not down first and count the cost, whether he have sufficient to finish it. I will read this in the NIV. Luke 14:28. Suppose one of you wants to build a tower. Won't you first sit down and estimate the cost to see if you have enough money to complete it? From a spiritual sense, all right, we are spiritual carpenters. And the tower Yahushua is speaking of is you or us. We must see ourselves as being able to endure until Yahushua returns from a spiritual sense. Meaning what? Enduring what? Going through afflictions, persecutions, demons attacking you, demons putting things in your mindset, right? Your woman leaving, your kids leaving, all right? Not speaking to your parents, having issues at work, automobile problems, so on and so forth. Coming into this truth, we must count the cost prior to us doing the work. Again, we must see ourselves enduring until Yahushua comes back. And this is before you put your hand on the plow, right? Regarding that spiritual carpenter mindset, it starts with us first, all right? Remember, that spiritual blueprint starts in our mindset, okay? Last precept. Philippians 3:7. But what things were gained to me, those I counted loss for Mashiach. Verse 8. Yea, doubtless I count all things but loss for the excellency of the knowledge of Mashiach, Yahushua my Lord, for whom I have suffered the loss of all things, and do count them but dung, that I may win Mashiach. Again, losing things, all right, is part of this walk with Yahushua. However, prior to us coming into this truth, we have to factor all these things in, because this is part of the process. Meaning, when we look at this spiritual blueprint and building this tower, meaning ourselves, we must factor in the concept suffering the loss of all things. Building a tower starts with us having the vision in our mind. And if we can see the vision, and Lord will, we are called and chosen, everything will be okay. Lord will, you are edified. Shalom.